Welcome back to class, dear students. In this lesson, I will be taking you through HTML attributes, what they are and how to use them as you begin your journey to be a pro Web3 front-end developer, starting with this HTML. Now, in this lesson, we will explore HTML attributes, a fundamental aspect of HTML that enhance the functionality and appearance of web elements. This lesson is tailored for beginners regardless of your prior coding experience, with a focus on relevance of these attributes in Web3. Now, what are you going to learn? Understand what HTML attributes are and how they function, recognize common HTML attributes and their application, then learn to apply the attribute in practical scenario. We always have some practical code for you to play around with, and as well, maybe an exercise to solidify your learning as well. So now, what are HTML attributes? HTML attributes provide additional information about elements. They are always specified in the start tag and usually come in name/value pair, like name equals to value. Good. Now, remember, we've cleared the air between the difference between HTML tag and HTML element. So when you start hearing me saying now like HTML element, you understand it covers both tag, the content in between, everything. Why you talk about tag, you just talk about maybe opening and closing tag. Now, this element, now attribute are used to adjust the behavior and appearance of HTML element. So you can use it to tweak, just like I said, HTML is like structure of your house. So the major, when you build the house, you create structure for this should be window, this should be door, this should be maybe a kitchen cabinet. So all those are what they call attributes. They help you make the house look much better. That's why in the outside you can say, okay, this should be a balcony, and it's not just built no matter. You understand all those things. So that's what attribute is as well when you talk about HTML. So we have some common attributes and their uses, like source or search in image tag specifies the URL of the image to be displayed. Then you have href. Don't worry, all these things, we have lessons that will still cover them. You can see link, but just keep them in mind, and then I will still show you some practical of them. So ID, assign a unique identifier to an element. Class, classify element for styling with CSS. Then star, applies inline CSS style to an element. Then title, offer additional information about an element, typically shown as a tooltip. So now let's see the practical in the example. So what we try to do is, like, we already know we have a big project to build, which is like full stack, like Minter dApp, but gradually each lesson, each HTML, CSS, JavaScript, as we do that, we try to build something. This is to ensure the knowledge is not like vague. The knowledge also connects you to real use cases. Yeah. So I think these are from previous lesson, and this what we are adding attribute to enhance the capstone project. So when you look at this, I will advise you look at it and try to fix it into this existing code and see what you got. All those will make the lesson interesting for you. So if you look at this now, body, and this says HTML this and this, and then existing content. So if I copy this now, for example, I can just bring it up, body, everything before it. Let's see. So the heading, the everything, and you see that this one is already there. So it's just some adjustments that's there. So look at this now. I can comment this out. And how do you see that it's working? Let's see. Let me bring back this. I think I need to reduce it a bit more. let's minimize this. You click here as well, so I can maybe reduce this also. Yeah, so I have it side by side, and that's reduce opening and going back and forth. Now let's get something done here. Yeah, you look at this now, it's not double, which make no sense. So we want to actually put some of those things to work, like attribute. What attribute does is, if you have a house, there are some attribute, like I told you, the kitchen, the something. So when you have an animal like a dog or a cat, it has attribute, though they could be dog, but this could be maybe a type of a species. This could have a longer hair. This could have all those attributes, make you to like, no, even though these are dog, this could be called a German Shepherd. This could be maybe just an African dog. You understand? A lot of things like that. Okay, this is a cat. Okay, this could be a male, this could be a female cat, this could be this type of. So the same, once you start building structure of a house, those attributes are what will make people to know that, okay, this seems to be a mansion, this is just a 2-bedroom flat apartment, this is a 3-bedroom, because the way you divide the rooms, it begins to show. So that's how attributes work. So think of it that way practically, that it's everybody uses HTML. What differentiates this site from another, from a search site to a social media site to a video site, is those attributes that you put in those elements. So like look at this alt style, this try to style the image. This the image URL, you can see it. Once you install some of those things, you should be able to see the image, the attribute for image, and on browser is treated like a candidate image with a pixel. So this now help you search. So you are saying, what is the source? Where should I go to go and look for that image? You will still learn about it, but just to give you practical application of the something. So here now, let's use that comment I told you, that you can use it to comment out code. Maybe you don't want to delete it. You just do like this. You see? Once I save, look at what happens here. Do you see it? Now only have one single welcome, and this DAP is so. Then the image, you see, that's what I'm saying, is broken. So, but with that alt tag, it gives it. So even here now, if I can't see the image, I know what the image is trying to tell me. Token meter DAP logo. Oh, it's a logo that will be there. And this also help with accessibility when you are building. Remember, people that may be disabled, like they are blind, they may not be able to read. So they usually use screen reader. Those screen reader work with all this structure, HTML and all those things, and try to read. So when the screen reader detects an image, it might not read how the image looks. Maybe in the future, it could be able to do that with AI. But for now, it will go and locate the alternative text to that image, which is expected to give information about what that image is to represent, like a summary. So it said token minter DAP logo. So they were, okay, I'm dealing with a token minter, so that is the logo. Cool. It read it out for the person, a blind person, okay, either is there or not. So those are part of why those attributes are so essential. So you can see it now. The same thing I've written is now enhanced. This a what? Main title. You can now have this, and like a lot other things we'll still learn in upcoming lessons. So those are the things. Practicalize it. Doing all these things, try to type them out, test them out. You are getting and enhancing your brain child to get better and learn better with this. So let's move on. So that's the major aspect. In if you get stuck, don't forget, use the comment specific to the lesson, and also join the Discord if you are not. That's where you always have up-to-date official updates, and you can network with other students and other Web3 developers as well. That's it. I remain Solomon Foske of the Programming University. Keep the programming spirit and alive. Your assurance to succeed in the long term as a developer. And please always do good to humanity and nature with your knowledge, your programming skill, and not evil, to make the world and the universe a better place for us all. See you in the next lesson. Peace and bye.